Good afternoon. So today we're talking about Standard 5, Application of Content. This is a difficult standard, I think, because some of the elements, if you're not doing project-based learning, or if you're not, doing like PBLs, it's kind of, I said project-based learning, I said PBLs. If you're not doing PBLs, or if you're not doing some kind of inquiry, real-world problem solution, you feel like you're leaving those big gaps. And we're not. That's not what we do at this school right now. So I'm going to look at just a couple other parts of it. I like the mini lesson. I will say it was under 10 minutes. Bravo. So that's great. I like that you brought in you started off nicely. I reminded the students what they'd done yesterday, and then asked some questions and going for there in a conversation about how they were using those pictures to come up, to kind of get the information. But then I also like that you, at one point towards the end of the lesson, you went back to the anchor chart when you were making the connection to the reading, because you were talking, and you let the kids know at the beginning this is going to be a little social studies and a little reading. So that for me, that kind of touched on the interdisciplinary themes of it. Like letting kids know that these aren't two separate things. You can actually, you use the skill sets that you develop in one and the other. So I thought that was really a nice touch. And the literacy across the curriculum also comes in. You supported their literacy lessons in the content. You're going around talking with the kids, or conferencing with them, having them go back to the text to show you the information. And then when you're using that anchor chart, you were also having them kind of go over previous lessons, because of course the anchor chart is comprised of all the previous lessons. And the digital tools you didn't really use in this one, but I
showed them a video at the end of Chinese and Mexican.
Okay.
It was.
I stopped watching when I watched 2 of your conferences with this.
Okay, so it was then like 2 minutes, but it was to touch on that.
Yeah, no, and that's good. And once again, I think the way these rubrics are written, I don't think you're going to get. To me, maybe the teaching now people will disagree, but I wouldn't look for every element to be hit on in every single lesson. For me, I'm looking at this kind of as a unit. In this unit, these are the standards I'm touching on, and these are the elements that I've pulled out. Now, for us, it'd still be difficult for the PBLs, now we could probably do the real-world solution stuff. It depends on what kind of, depends on what we're going to talk about. But since we're not a project-based school, that'll always be difficult.
And it's hard to implement it, during the semester. If you can do it before, when you're planning out your units, maybe. Yeah. Because I was thinking, at the beginning of the year, we did do real-world problems in social studies, but now we're doing culture, so it wasn't.
No, so you could do that, but once again, I don't look for every element in every single lesson that I see. I think it's just kind of, you got to think of it like across the unit. So I thought it was well done. I liked the way that that you got the students to go back and kind of work with the content that they were learning about from social studies, the cultural aspects of the groups that you're looking at. And you had them using the lens of the reading strategies, like use these reading strategies, nonfiction strategies, to help you better find and understand and kind of dissect and think about these cultural aspects you're learning from social studies, which is really good. And I like that you were showing them, made that connection explicit for them. So I thought the lesson went well, and then they reported out at the end,
which I was just trying also to make it a bit different. Instead of writing, I made them do a little video, and I'm going to put it together so they can watch it at some point.
Yeah, no, I thought that I liked that.
More.
I did not know that the Aztecs had created the Mexican flag.
Oh yeah, me neither. Or that they created chocolate.
I knew chocolate.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I knew the chocolate.
Well, that they brought out chocolate.
Yeah, I knew the chocolate stuff, but I didn't know that. So, yes, I thought it did a nice job, and I like the different take. Like it was putting it back on the students somewhat, like you understanding the concepts, and but then getting the students to engage and do that critical thinking by using the social studies concepts that you were learning, and then reinforcing the reading strategies. So I thought a good job. Okay. And it was great that it was under 10 minutes, the mini lesson. Yay!